Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is Basic 2-axis robot with the PLC sequential control in the unit number 14, sequential and the shift register instruction. As we study in the chapter number 2, we have used the different type of shift register like shift right, shift left, then the rotate right and the rotate left shift register. Today's our topic is pick and place robot. So there are different condition is given for this particular robot. So we have to decide that the first condition is arm is initially in the down left position, gripper is open and not extended. The second position is arm moves to the upper position. So first of all, arm in the lower position, then if we have to apply the command, arm moves the upper position, then arm rotates the right position, then hand extend to position number A, then gripper close, gripping part, arm swing back to the left position number B, then the gripper open and releasing part and the hand retract. And the ninth one is the arm lowers to the initial position. So here the application is pick and place robot. We have to pick something from the position number A and then we have to place this thing to the position number B. So for that we have to decide this step for this particular robot. Depending upon your position or your application, you have to change this step using this pick and place robot. So first of all, using the pick and place robot, we have to imagine each of the 4 solenoid cores that following action will be occurs. The first action will be rotate. We have to rotate the arm for the full right. Then we have to raise the arm. Then we have to extend the hand and then we have to grip it. So there are 4 tasks is there for the pick and place robot: rotate, raise, extend and the gripper. If the application will be changed, the action will be changed, the step will be changed. So according to your application, you will be changed this step and this action. Now we have to draw the truth table for this particular application pick and place robot. So first of all, we have to initialize stage. Then there is a no action is there. Robot is in the main position. Now we have to take step number 1. X indicates that my robot arm will be in the off position. Then the other 3 step will be as it is. Now step number 2, it will be off position and it will be rotated and the right position. Now in the step number 3, up will be as it is, rotate right will be as it is. Now my hand will be out position. The 4th step will be up, rotate right, hand out and gripping close. So up to step number 4, my robot will be picked for this particular thing. Now we have to pick the thing. Now next target is we have to place for this particular position. So in the 5th step, my robot hand will be off position. Now it will be rotated in the left side. Now hand will be out and gripper will be closed as it is. In the 6th position, it will be up, rotate left, hand out. Now gripper will be open. In the step number 7, it will be up, rotate left, hand in and the gripping open. And the step number 8, it will be down position, rotate left, hand in and gripping open. And in the 9th position, the robot will be stay in the initialized position. So depending upon the different movement of the robot arm, we have to decide the step and then we have to decide the how many tasks will be occurred for this particular robot. So different applications, the task will be different and as well as the step will be also different. Now we have to take some tasks in the robot using the PLC programming. So what is the ladder diagram for the pick and place robot? So first of all, we have to take one input IN001 and this is for the rotation. It will be rotate left or rotate right. Okay, and output will be 0177. We have to set if input is on, my robot hand will be rotate right. Okay, and if it will be closed, if input will be normally closed contact, that time it will be rotate left position. Okay, so in the same round, robot will be operate the two factor, rotate left or the rotate right. The next one will be input IN002 and the output is out 0178 and it is for the this. My hand will be in the up position or the down position using this run. If the input is applied, hand will be go in the up position, and if we can change the input state on to off, that time my arm will be go in the down position. Next is extend. Okay, same formula or same logic will be applied for the extend. Input is applied and we can get the output according to the input. And the gripper, we can pick something, so we can take the gripping part. If input is applied, my robot will be pick something, and if input is not applied or if input will be changed its state, that time gripper will be open. So in the same round we can close the grip or open the grip according to the input signal. So using a simple program, we can build a two-axis robot, pick and place robot. But there are some problem arise whenever we deal with this type of program. As you remember in the chapter number 5, we can take one example, motor forward and reverse. At that time my output is only one motor, but we have to rotate the motor in the forward direction and the reverse direction. Same logic will be applied for this. My robot will be only one, but we have to take or we have to apply 4 tasks for this particular robot. So if rotate function is there, that time raise hand will be not there, extend is not there, and gripping part is not there. It is the compulsory condition for the pick and place robot. So for that we have to apply the interlocking process for this particular ladder logic diagram. So this is my actual ladder program with the coil contact robot control program with the interlock. So if the rotate function is there, we have to compulsory of the raise, extend and the gripping part. If the gripping part is there, that time we have to compulsory interlock with the rotate, raise and the extend part. So simply we have to put in the every round with the interlock. So we can take only one interlock here, but depending upon your output or on your logic, you have to take more than one interlock for this particular round, and you have to check every position is satisfied for this particular truth table, because we have to decide some tasks for this pick and place robot, and then we have to take some steps to execute my program. So using this step and the task, you have to change or you have to modify this program using the interlock process, because whenever the one task is there or one task is running, that time it is compulsory condition is there, we have to off the another 3 tasks. Okay, now this is the coil format using in the pick and place robot. If we have to use the block format for the pick and place robot, So what is the block format of the pick and place robot? So this is the block format of the pick and place robot. We have to take compulsory 3 inputs: step, enable and reset. Now in the block format, they will be write down the step 9. Now how we can identify that step 9? So you have to take the step at the initial condition. As you remember, whenever we decide that we have to draw the ladder diagram of the pick and place, so we have to decide the different steps for the pick and place robot. So we have starting from 1 to 9. My task will be completed. So that's why in this block format we have to take step number 9. Okay, if my application is different and this application will be completed in the step 5, so we can take here step 5. Now we have to compulsory write down the starting register HR0151. Then the new thing is that we have to take the pointer HR0200. Okay, now what is the application of the pointer? As you remember, when we see program, pointer indicates at the present state which rung will be executed. Here only 9 rung is there, so there is no big problem using this rung. But if we deal with the 100 lines, 200 lines for this particular pick and place robot, so pointer indicates that at the present condition which rung will be executed, and after that which command will be executed. And the next one is the destination OG0004. If multiple data will be sent to this particular register, that time we have to write OG. What is the full form of the OG? OG is known as the output group. Also we have to write here OR output register and HR holding register. If we have to send this data to the next round, that time we have to write down here HR0004. But here 9 step is there and multiple program or multiple data will be stored for this particular destination. So that time we have to write down here OG. Now the main thing is, what is the command for the robot control function? So we have to use DR0001, and the second command is this SQ. SQ known as the sequential control. So it is the command to robot control function. Okay, so whenever we deal this such type of application, that will be run sequential, one by one. So that type of programming is known as the sequential function. Here we have to take only one example, pick and place robot. You have to take different or many types of examples that is work in this sequence one by one. So for that you have to initialize the step, starting register, destination and the pointer, and the command for this robot control function is DR or the SQ. Okay, so using this we have to easily write the program for the pick and the place robot. Okay, and this is the another format. Here if we have done the program in the 11 steps, so number of steps will be 11. Starting register will be HR101. Step pointer will be right now in the position at HR100. Destination is OG0002. And we have to take 3 input: step, reset and enable. So the voice goes on at the end of the 11 step, and these 3 can be multiple contexts. If we can use the multiple input at the same program, we can connect the multiple input at the same run. Okay. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubts, then contact me in my